Guys, Michael Giroux here for J215. Just finished up assignment 2, people, places, and things. My goal for this assignment was to just capture people, places, and things we see in everyday life, but oftentimes are overlooked. The unique things, just the little things that we don't always see every single day as we're going about our lives. For this project, I was to take photos and audio, and I got some good pictures and some good sound from some very unique spots on campus, as well as things relevant to my life, and again, just things that are sometimes overlooked in our lives. So we'll start with photos. For the portrait. The portrait story is kind of interesting. I didn't know we could do somebody that we had met, so I did somebody that I didn't know. I was walking down the main library, and this man asked me for directions to the animal sciences lab. So I gave him the directions, and I asked, "Hey, can you help me out with this?" So Ahmed Khalil was generous enough to do my portrait photo for me. We sat in the main library in one of the back rooms, and we did the portrait. And for the audio for that, he said one of his favorite things to do is, just as long as he's with his friends, everything's a good time. He just likes hanging out with his friends. For the next set of photos, it was the real-time photo, and I took a picture at my residence hall, Newman Hall, during a meal. It was of 4 residents just finishing up their meal. One student was just getting up, looking like he was going to leave. And then another student was just the rest of the students were just talking, and their bowls looked finished. You could just tell it was that post-meal chatter after the meal gets done. So I thought that was a good real-time picture. It really caught him in the whole scheme of dinner time. Then for the unusual angle, I took a picture here of, it's not necessarily an unusual angled photo, but more of an unusual angle location, and that's the undergraduate library here at UIUC. Just looking at that, just the fact that it's underground, just that you can, like if you're looking straight ahead, it's just land, it's not the library. You gotta look down and it's the library. So I took a nice shot there in the corner and was able to get the whole scheme of things, the land in the background, and then the main focus of the undergraduates, the students studying in the UGL below. What I wanted to do for that, to get another shot of that unusual angle location, was I wanted to go downstairs in the UGL and go out those doors and take a picture outside there, so I could get a picture of the UGL like looking up. But unfortunately, I think they closed those in the winter. So for Journalism 215 students in the future, if you're looking for an unusual angle photo, that'd be a good one out there in the fall. And then for my 3 shots, I did a uncommon, what I believe to be an unnoticed sculpture outside Folger Auditorium of a thinking man. The first shot, took a basic shot, right straight on, right at him. Second shot, I crouched down and really got into his face, really got that expression of him just really deep in thought. And third, I got a nice side view, which really captured his thinking as well. I think that statue is very overlooked here. I don't hear many people talk about it at all. So it's just one of those things you walk by and it kind of interests you, and you want to learn more about it, see more about it. So I thought that was a good picture to take. Now for the audio, I told you for the portrait audio, I did Ahmed Khalil. Told me his favorite thing to do was hang out with his buddies. Then for the sounds of nature, I was having trouble with that one, but I did it today. Very windy day, got some nice sound of the wind, and then just the kicking up of the mulch. And I thought that was kind of unique because it just brings you don't really think about that kicking up of the mulch that much. It brings you back to those moments when you're on the playground as a little kid playing man on mulch, and the wind picks up the mulch and it just gets right in your eyes and you have trouble running then. But I thought that was a cool, unique moment that we can maybe look back fondly on, or others have different memories or connections with. Then Sounds of Civilization. I did that on Monday night. I walked past the line at Joe's, which is a very hot spot bar on Monday nights. Walked past the line there, just kind of got the sounds of conversation, and it was good to hear the different conversations, the different sounds that come out in line there. A lot of that always goes unnoticed, but it's something that's definitely interesting to hear here, and definitely at this school for sure. And I thought that was a cool experience there. And then finally for the sounds, I did my Nintendo 64 and one of my favorite video games for it, NFL Blitz 2001. And for those sounds, you could it started with the controller getting it going, and then the sound effect to get it started, and then the main guy just going, "Welcome to NFL Blitz 2001." But it's in that loud voice. You guys all have to hear the audio to hear that. But that's just a really unique sound to me, just kind of retro, just kind of takes you back to the good old days of playing video games, good quality video games. But that about wraps up People, Places, and Things. I think this was a good project for my audience to see because, again, it captures those things we don't always notice in everyday life here. Or just in general, just things we overlook, the sound of games, the mulch picking up, just things you don't always notice, and it really brings you back and makes you wonder about things more. Things I thought I did well on this project. I thought my 3 shots of the sculpture outside, I thought those were my best set of photos. I really think I captured the thinking man there and captured a setting on campus that's often overlooked here. Then I think my sounds were pretty good. Could always use some improvement. More improvement I think I could use in my portrait taking. Just not always having it blurry, just getting out those kinks and getting clearer shots. I think that could help me going forward. And then just audio, I almost had a scare, I almost lost some audio, so I just gotta be sure I'm doing that right, and because next time it could be an interview, and if you lose the audio there's nothing else you can do to go get that back usually, so I gotta be really careful with that, just keep practicing and working with the audio, and as time goes on, I'll keep learning it, and I look to grow and just keep expanding on my audio and photo taking.